everyone and welcome to Sinful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the Grey. Today we have another battle report for you, and this one is going to be a Vanguard game, but we're going to be playing with an extra 500 points, so it will be 1500 points, and it's going to be Stormcast Eternals versus Gloomspite Gitz. I've got the Stormcast Eternals out again, haven't played with them in quite a while now. Be good just to put them on the table again, have some fun with some really cool looking models that I really like the paint job I've done on them. And I'm going to be playing my friend Ash again. This will be his third time on the channel with his Gloomspite Gitz, I believe. And he's brought them again, Troggoth sort of core to the army. We're going to be playing the scenario Places of Arcane Power, which is a scenario where there's 3 objectives and they can only be controlled by heroes. The points wise scored in this is every turn that hero is controlling it that stays on it gets an extra point. So if the hero's been on it for 1 turn, they get 1 point. If the hero's been on it for 3 turns, they get 3 points, etc. Ash is a relatively new player. We've got a lot of new players in my local scene, and he's another one of the new players in the scene that's really just coming to grips with how to play it. This is going to be the first proper game of Age of Sigmar we've played. We've played some Warcry and meeting engagements together, but this is going to be the first proper battle plan we've done. So please leave him some comments down below on things he can do better, things he might have forgotten, and any of that, because I always say, new players in the scene, these are great to see these players coming out the woodwork and coming and playing some games, but definitely they always need some help. So I'm not perfect, and if you see anything wrong, please do leave some comments below and let us know how we can do things better, or give him some tips on how to expand this Gloomspite Gitz army further. But let's get into the armies. Alright, so here we have 1500 points of Stormcast Eternals. We've got a Lord Arcanum up the back. He will be our general. He'll have the command trait Staunch Defender. He'll have the artifact, the Storm Scroll, and his spell will be Stormcaller. All a nice little bit of fun there. We've then got a Knight Incantor next to him. She's going to have the spell Thundershock. And then we've got the 5 Evocators in front who will have the spell Celestial Blades. Filling out our heroes, we've got a Knight Heraldor and a Knight Questor. It's the other one, I forget the name. Errant Knight Questor, that's the one. We've then got a Celestar Ballista, 2 units of 3 Aetherwings, 3 Vanguard Raptors with Hurricane Crossbows, 5 Vanguard Hunters, and filling out our battle line, 2 units of 5 Sequitors. And we've got 1500 points of Gloomspite Gitz Troggoth Heavy. So we've got the Dankhold Trogboss. He's going to be the general. He's going to have the Mighty Blow command trait, which allows him to reroll the damage of his massive club. And then he's also going to have the artifact, the Incandescent Rage Blade. We've then got 2 units of 3 Rockgut Troggoths, a unit of 12 Squigherd, and 10 Boingrot Bounders. And then filling out our characters, we have Mollog, a Loon Boss on Mangler Squig, and then we've got the Fungoid Cave Shaman who will have the spell Squiggler. So we are all deployed, Stormcast Eternals. We have 5 Sequitors over here with the Errant Questor, the Knight Incantor, 3 Aetherwings, and the Celestar Ballista looking out onto the Gloomspite Gitz there. We then have 5 more Sequitors in the middle holding the line with the Lord Arcanum behind them. And on this flank we've got 3 Aetherwings and the Vanguard Raptors hidden behind some terrain there, getting ready to strike up and pounce. On the other side of the table, we've got Mollog, the Squigherd, and the Fungoid Cave Shaman on this flank, 10 Boingrot Bounders, the Troggoths, and the Trog Boss holding the center, and then over behind the Loon Shrine, we have the Mangler Squig getting ready to try and take on that far objective. Gloomspite Gitz have elected to go first. The Bad Moon is starting over in the back corner there, and let's get into their hero phase. So, the Fungoid Cave Shaman here to start off with the hero phase. First of all, actually, roll 1 dice. On a 4+, you get a command point. You do, so you go up to 3 command points, having gained 1 from the first turn, and he's got a command point bought in the army. And now we'll go into casting a spell. He's going to try and cast Squiggler, giving run and charge to both Squig units there. Goes off with the 7. So, both those Boingrot Bounders and the Squigherd over there are going to have run and charge. Probably more useful for the Boingrot Bounders there. I think that's it for the hero phase though for the Gloomspite Gitz, so we'll go into movement and we'll come back after all of that. So, end of the Gloomspite Gitz movement, we've had the Squigherd move up on this flank running and the Fungoid and Mollog moving behind them, making sure they stay within 3 inch, so they're going to be the -1/2 hit. And then in the centre, the Boingrots had a nice big run, 15 inch, straight up the centre. They've got run and charge, so they'll be charging later. Then had the Dankhold Trogboss who ran onto the objective, and we got the other 2 units of Troggoth sort of just flanking him there. And on the far flank, we've got the Mangler Squeak who's run off and going to try and claim that far objective later in the game. We're now going to go into some shooting. There might be some from the Troggoths, and we'll come back. So this unit of rock guts here is going to throw rocks at the Sequitors. Unfortunately, this unit here is just out. So they've got to roll a dice, anything but a 6. Cool, rolled under. That's going to be D3 mortal, so roll again. How many mortals? 3. Ouch. 3 mortal wounds, that's going to kill a Sequitor and put a wound on another. So we're going to do a roll for the charge for the Boingrots here. So 2d6. And 4. That might not make it, so we may need to use a command point. We'll have a check. So yeah, we are going to have to re-roll that charge roll. So let's go. 4. No, they're going to fail. That could be bad for them. Oh dear. Well, that's going to be hit for the Gloomspite Gitz turn 1. They are going to score a victory point though, because the Trogboss is on there, but that was not a good roll. So going to Stormcast turn 1. So start of the hero phase for Stormcast, we're going to gain a command point, putting us up to 2. And then we're going to go into some magic. So we're going to start with... we'll start with Lord Arcanum here, because you can't dispel him, you've got no wizards in range. So we're going to go with Stormcaller. 6, I don't think that's going to go off. No, that doesn't go off for Stormcaller. It needs a 7 to cast. So now we're going to go to Knight Incantor. She's going to cast Mystic Shield. I'm going to pop it on these Sequitors here. So let's go. That goes off. 8. So you can try and dispel that. You're going to need a 9 to stop me. Definitely not. 4 again. That seems to be your number for the day. That could not be a good thing. So in my hero phase, once per game, I can use the Storm Scroll. So he's going to use the Storm Scroll. What I have to do with this is I can pick up to 6 enemy units on the battlefield. I then allocate each one of them a number from 1 to 6. I then roll a dice, and if I roll the number that has been allocated to said unit, they take d6 mortal wounds. So we're going to pick 6 different units. So we're going to pick Mollog can be number 1. The Fungoid Cave Shaman can be number 2. The Trogboss can be number 3. The Mangler can be number 4. And both units of Troggoths can be 5 and 6. So we'll start by rolling for Mollog. He is number 1. Don't roll his number. Number 2 is the Fungoid Cave Shaman. Nope. Number 3 is the Dankhold Trogboss. Nope. Number 4 is the Mangler Squeak. Nope. Number 5 is the first units of Troggoths over there. Nope. And number 6 is the other unit of Troggoths. Are we going to get anything from this? No. Well, Storm Scroll did nothing. It was cool, but did nothing. So we're going to go into movement, and we'll come back after all of that's done. So in the movement phase, this is what it looks like. We've got the Sequitors over here with the Knight Incantor and the Errant Knight Questor, who's just moving up this flank, ready to go try and take that objective. We put the Aether Wing down in front to sort of screen them off, making sure no Troggoths can come and get them. And then over here, we've moved the Sequitors and Lord Arcanum up, getting ready to charge the Boingrot Bounders. The Aether Wings have moved out the way, keeping close to their buddies though, and we've moved up on top of the terrain, the Vanguard Raptors, getting ready to lay some fire down on that Trogboss. And then, over on this side, we've had the Vanguard Hunters come up behind Mollog, getting ready to shoot and charge him, hoping to try and keep him off this objective on the far flank. So, let's go into shooting. So, we're going to start with the Vanguard Hunters. They're going to be shooting into Mollog. He is -1 to hit, so we're going to need 4s to hit. That was pretty abysmal. And 4s to wound. 2 wounds on Mollog, so he's going to need to make 2 armor saves. So 2 4-up armor saves for Mollog. Passes them both, he is fine. So we're going to try and roll some 6s. The Salstar Ballista is going to shoot the Dankhold Trogboss. It's within rapid fire range. -1 to hit though, so it's going to need 6s to hit. Got 2. So each of those becomes d6 wound rolls for 5 in total. Not bad. And then 3s to wound. Going to be 4 wounds at -2. So it's going to mean a 6-up armor save for the Trogboss. It saves 1, so he's going to take 3 damage. So the Vanguard Raptors are now going to shoot into the Trogboss as well. The Prime, he's going to hit on 4s thanks to his +1 to hit and -1 to hit. So he hits twice. And then the rest of them, whoop, kill a tree, burn down the forest. The rest of them are going to hit on 5s. So 4 more hits. And then wounding on a collective of 4s. 5 wounds on your trunk boss. He's got a 4-up armor save against these though. Passes 3, so takes 2 more damage. So he's taken 5 in total now. So now we're going into charges. We're going to charge with the Sequitors first. They need something good. They've got a 7. That's going to be great. So we'll pop that next to them. And then we're going to charge with the Arcanum behind them as well. He's going to get a 5. We'll organize all the charges and we'll come back after all of that. And this is what it looks like after charges. So we're going to go into combat. And I'm going to choose to upgrade the weapons of my Sequitors this turn. So they're going to reroll all hits. And we're going to start by attacking with them. With the Sequitors first, this is the regular Sequitor with just the hammer too. So she's 3s to hit. Nothing, but she does get to reroll from empowered weapons. So they both hit now. And 3s to wound. 2 wounds. 4-up armor saves. No rend on these. Save both of them. We then, however, have the Grand Mauls coming in. So these are 3s to hit. Re-rolling. Oh, damn, I need that re-roll. And 3s to wound. Ouch, only 3. They are -1, so these are 5-up saves, but each one kills this Boingrot. Saved 1, but 2 Boingrots are going to drop from the Sequitors. So, we're going to go with the Boingrot Bounders. We've got 4 of them that are going into the Sequitors. So, we'll start with the Riders. 4s to hit. Not bad. And 4s to wound. 3. Put them to the side for now. And we'll make another 8. So, you've got 5, 6, 7, 8. And these will be for the squeaks because they're all round 1. So, we'll make all the saves at the same time. So, 4s to hit, but 3s to wound. Nothing from the squeak. So I got 3 armor saves. -1, so I'm going up to a 5, but I do have Mystic Shield on, so 5 up, re-rolling 1s. Failed that, so that's going to be a damage. That's going to kill a Sequitor. There we go. And then you've got the ones into the Arcanum. So you're going to have 10 attacks with your Riders. We're going to have 5 Riders in range. Sorry, no. No, still 8. Still 8.
8.
Still 8. Because, yeah, 4 of them went in, so still 8. It's just they're going to have 1 less lot of squig attacks against the... So, still 4s. And 4s for the Riders. So, that's 3. I'll put them to the side. And then you've got 6 attacks with your squig. So 4s to hit and 3s to wound. That's another 2. So I've got 5 to make on the Arcanum. He's got a 3-up save, so he's going down to a 4-up. Takes 2 damage. And now we'll go the Arcanum next. So the Lord Arcanum's going to go next. He's got 4 attacks with his Aether Stave, 3s to hit. 3 hits. 3s to wound. All wounds, -1, so 5-up saves on the Bounders. Failed all of them, so he's going to be 3d3 damage for 3, 4, 5, 6. Going to kill 3 Boingrot Bounders. And then the Griff Charger is going to attack. 3 attacks, 1 hit. And 1 wound, -1. Failed as well, so it's going to be 3.5 dead Boingrot Bounders from the Arcanum. So, Battle Shock phase, Sequitors don't need to take a test, but the Boingrot Bounders, the Gloomspite Gitz have spent a command point, leaving them on 1, mainly because if Stormcast get the double turn now, those Boingrots are probably fleeing and failing that Battle Shock, leaving my Stormcast open to go and do what they want. So, keeps them pinned in there in case of a double turn, and if not, it keeps them pinned there for his turn, so he can just rack up another point. So, without that, let's go into priority. So, Stormcaster blue, Gloomspite green, Stormcast Gator 2, Gloomspite Gator 4. I'm guessing you're going to take the turn to stop me getting a double?
Yep.
Cool. No worries, Gloomspite Gitz turn 2. So, start of the hero phase, roll a dice for me. On a 4+, you get an extra command point from your Vanguard. You do, so which means you're going to go back up to your 3, because you're going to get one for the turn, +1, and you already had one, so 3 command points. So, Vanguard Cave Shaman's going to try and cast Squiggler, so 2d6. One more.
It's no die.
So 3, 7 goes off, so I'm going to try and dispel it. I need an 8 to dispel with the Incantor. She doesn't on a 6, so that's fine and dandy. They've got run and charge there. And that's it for the hero phase, so we're going to go into movement and we'll come back after all of that. So in the movement phase, we've had Mollog and the Squeaks have both used the command point. Oh no, sorry, Mollog didn't have to. The Squeaks used the command point to run, just getting everything all there on the objective. Mollog now controls it. And then we've had the Fungoid just move up behind. Troggoth's getting ready for a charge here. The Dankhold's sitting on his objective, minding his loot there. And the other Troggoth's on the other side, getting ready to charge the Hunters. Meanwhile, the Loon Boss has gone and claimed the objective on the far side, pretty much uncontested at this point. So we're going to go into shooting. These Troggoths here are going to throw rocks at the Vanguard Raptors. They're going to need to roll a 3 or less. They do, so D3 mortals. For 2, so it's going to kill a Vanguard Raptor. Ouch. That's going to be one of them. Just plunk, gets squished by a rock. And the other unit of Troggoths, who are they going to shoot?
I'll go the Lord and Candle.
So he has to roll a 1 if you want to try and get the wounds on him. Or you can try and roll a 3 or less on them.
May as well do the Secretors then.
The Secretors, so 3 or less, no. So their rock misses. That's the end of shooting though. For the Gloomspite, we're going to go into charges. So we're going to try and charge with these rock guts into the Hunters. They're going to need a decent, so 2d6. 6, that will get them in just because they will get the 3-inch towards and the 3-inch up they need. So they're in. And then these rock guts over here, anything but a double 1. 4, they're fine, so they're going to get in. Now, did we want to charge these Squeaks? They've got to run and charge, or do you like leaving them there?
I'll charge.
Charge? Cool. So 2d6. Let's see what they get. Doesn't matter anyway. Wouldn't spend your last command point. So they're not going to make it. We'll come back with the charges from the 2 units of Troggoths there. He wasn't on his last command point, so we still got 2 because we didn't have to use it for Mollog, but we're choosing not to re-roll it anyway, just because it's a bit of a long bomb charge and not really worth spending a command point to get a 50-50 shot at it. So let's go and finish these charges over here and we'll go into combat. So we're going to go with these rock guts. Now, wobbly model syndrome, technically they're like climbing up the walls to try and get things. So we're going to have 2 into the Vanguard Raptors and 1 into the Aether Wings. We start with a 2 into the Vanguard Raptors, so 3s, 3 hits and 3s to wound. 2. We have a 5-up save now for the Raptors. Saved 1, so there's the prime left on a wound there. Ugh. And then the 1 Troggoth into the Aether Wings, 3s to hit. Hits once. Wounds once, they go straight through, so it's going to kill 1 Aether Wing and wound another. So I'm going to go with the Secretors next before they get murderized. So we're going to empower our weapons because we're not surviving this regardless. And putting everything into those Boingrot Bounders. So 3s re-rolling. Seems they're a little worried about the Troggoth there. All of them hit now though. And 3s to wounds. Oh, that many 6 armor saves, -1. So these are 5-ups. Every fail kills a Boingrot. So 1, 2, 3, 4 drop. It's just going to be the boss left on a wound. So the next unit of Troggoths we're going to have, we'll put the 1 into the Aether Wings first. Let's see where we can get birdies. 3s, hits once. Wounds once, so it's going to kill a bird and a half. And then the other 2, 3s into the Sequitors. And... oh, 2. So if I pass one of these, I'll have a Sequitor alive. So, -2, so that puts... I've still got Mystic Shield on. So I'm going to be a 6-up re-rolling 1s. No, failed both, so that's 6, so that's going to be all 3 Sequitors die. So we're going to go the Arcanum next, hoping to kill that last Vanguard Bounder so he doesn't get to attack. Aether Save, 3s to hit. And 3s to wound. 2, -1, so these are 5-ups. Failed, regardless what I roll on the D3, he's going to die. So 2 Aether Wings here. They're not as bad as you'd think in combat. I mean, they're not great, but they're not as bad as you would think birds would be. So 4s and 3s. Well, these ones are apparently. Then we'll go, because it's now just all my combat, so we'll go the other Aether Wings for 4s and 3s into those Trogoths. That's more like it. And 3s. 2 wounds. Birdie peck your eyes out. Saved him. Birdie did not peck your eyes out. So Raptor Prime gets to attack. He's a 3 to hit. Misses. Turns out, seeing his buddy gets crushed by Trogoths, he doesn't like it. So now I've got Battle Shock to take. Right, so Battle Shock test. So we're going to start with the Aether Wings. They're 6. They've lost 1. So they're fine so long as they don't roll a 6. 5, they're fine. The other Aether Wings, same thing. Fine as well. The Vanguard Raptor's lost 2. He's Bravery 7, so he needs a 5. So anything but a 6 and he's good. He's fine as well, so all of that's staying. No Battle Shock to take for the Gloomspite Gitz, so we're going to go into Stormcast turn 2 in a sec. But the Gloomspite will now gain another 2 victory points plus another 2, so they're going to go up to 5 victory points to nil going into Stormcast turn 2. So, start of the Stormcast turn 2 hero phase, we're going to get a command point going up to 3. Where they're going to get into some magic. Knight Incantor here, she's going to attempt to cast Arcane Bolt. So, let's go. She got 5 casts, so you need to roll a 6 or higher to try and dispel. Dispelled. Well, they're going to try and cast Stormcaller from the Lord Arcanum. Goes off on a 9. You don't have any dispels left for this one though, so that's going to go off. So let's roll a dice for each enemy unit on the table. So we'll start with Mollog. On a 6, he takes D3 mortal wounds. He does. So D3 mortals on Mollog for 1. Fungoid Cave Shaman on a 6. Nope. Squig Herd on a 6. No. These Trogoths here. Nope. The Trog Boss. Nope. The other Trogoths. Nope. And the Loon Boss all the way on the far flank. No. So that's it for that. Hero phase is all done now. So we're going to go into movement and we'll come back after all of it's done. Into the movement phase, this is what it looks like. We've got the Vanguard Hunters moving up behind Mollog, still stalking their prey. We then have all these Stormcast here. I always forget his name. Errant Knight Questor, Knight Incantor, and the Sequitors moving up to challenge Trogoths. Mollog and the Squig Herd. In the center, Lord Arcanum going to go challenge that Trog Boss to a mighty duel. And on the far flank, the Evocators and the Knight Heralder coming down on the lightning, getting ready to attempt a charge against the Mangler Squig. So let's go into some shooting. He has to shoot down into the Trogoths here, the Vanguard Raptor Prime. So he's got 9 shots because he hasn't moved this turn. So 3 to hit. And 4s to wound. 3 wounds on the Trogoths. Saved 1. And then you've got your 5+ after damage save as well. No, so 1 Trogoth there takes 2 wounds. So we're then going to have the Cellstar Ballista shoot at the Dankhold Trog Boss. He's not within range of any friends now, so he's only going to be 5s to hit. And somehow we rolled worse than when we needed 6s. I rolled 3 1s on that. God damn. That was terrible. Yeah, that was bad. Shooting, we're going to have 7 shots. Only the front 3 are in range to shoot Mollog, but 7 shots into him. -1, so they're going to need 5s to hit. And 4s to wound. 2 wounds on Mollog. His armor save. Takes another 2 wounds. So we're going to go into charges. So we'll start with the Lord Arcanum. He's the nice and simple one. Anything but a double 1. 5. So he's just going to move on up like that and get the charge. And then we've got charges over here. So the Knight Incantor, she's wanting something big so she can try and get into Mollog. 11. That might do it for her. So we'll put that next to her. The Errant Questor is going to charge as well. He's over here at the front of the forest. So let's see what he gets. He's got a 10. Some good charges coming out of the Stormcast now. And last one, we're going to try and use the Sequitors to charge. So they've got a 6. That's decent. That's going to get them in at least. We'll come back after all. Oh, no. Sorry. We've got the Vanguard Hunters behind them as well. So Vanguard Hunters can try and charge. They need a 9. They get the 10. So they're going to get into Mollog as well. Pop that down near them. So the big charge, the Evocators into the Mangler Squig. Need a 9. We do have a reroll available. They got a 6, so we're going to spend a command point. Double 1, they failed. So they failed, but we'll go with the rest of them and resolve all the other charges and come back. So this is what it looks like after charges. Does not look good for the Gloomspite Gitz over here. The Arcanum charging in the center though. Let's see what he can do. And of course we failed over there. Oh, sad face. So we're going to pick our first fight, and we are definitely picking the Lord Arcanum before that Troggoth can hit us. So we're going to spend a command point, dropping us down to 1, giving the Lord Arcanum rerolls 1 to hit. So he's hitting on 3s with his Aether Stave. There are so many. Oh my god, there are 3 2s. Reroll. Oh my god, he missed with everything. He is so dead. I was like, wow. Wow. Griff Charger, you got to do it, buddy. 3s. Does better. Rerolling. Good. Need at least 3 mortal wounds here. No. 2. So 2 at -1 on the Trog boss. He's going to live. So I think that's only going to do 1 wound to him because I think he's got a 4-up save. Oh dear, that did not go well. So Mollog is going to attack next. He's going to attack the Errant Questor because the Errant Questor's got him as his chosen target. So 2 dice. On a 1, nothing happens. On a 4+er is 2d3 mortal wounds. So roll those 2d3. Let's see what you get. 4, that's not going to kill me. That's lucky. I think I'm left on a wound after that. Ouch. So we're going to go with the Errant Questor next. He's going to have to, otherwise he's going to get bit up the butt by a squig. So he's got 3 attacks. He is 3s and 3s, but he's re-rolling everything against Mollog. So 3s to hit. Whoop. So all hit. And 3s to wound. Re-rolling. So all wounds. So 3 armor saves to make. Mollog's on a 5-up. Fails 2. So 2d3, you've got 4 wounds left, but you can pass these off to your minions, so which you're definitely going to want to when you take 6. So, we've got to roll these 1 at a time, because you've got your Stellar Squig, and he ignores them on a 5-up. Which he doesn't, so he dies straight away, which means you're going to take all 6. It's going to be 3 little minions all die, and Mollog's going to take 3, leaving him on a wound. Righty, so we're going with the Squig Herd next. So we've got 2 Squigs that have to attack the Errant Questor. So you've got 4 attacks in total. Grab another dice. Pull some more dice over here for later. So 4s to hit. Yep. 3s to wound. 1. Oh. I do ignore Rend on this because Mollog is not dead. The Errant Questor ignores all Rend until his quarry is slain. So 3 up. Fine. So then you're going to have 4 attacks from your herders. So these are going to be 5s and 5s. These are onto the Sequitors now. Nothing from them. So these are going onto the Sequitors. So getting 4s to hit. Not the greatest roll. I think we've both been rolling like terribly today. We've both had some really, really bad rolls.
It's definitely down there, wasn't it?
And 3s to wound though. That's decent. So he's going to be -1, so these are 5-ups. Rerolling 1s. You save 2. So I'm going to take 3 damage. That's going to drop a Sequitur. So we're going to go with the Incantor next. She's going to try and kill Mollog and take the objective. So 3s to hit. 2 hits. 3s to wound. 1 wound. Oh, it's going to be close.
So 5-up Sable Moloch, he needs to pass this. He doesn't. She's going to get him. That means the Incantor will take the objective, killing Moloch. That's going to be my first victory point. Woohoo! Your turn to attack next. You got the Fungoid. Probably is the next one because he's the only one that. Yeah.
Yeah, in the crucial combat.
So Fungoid's going to attack next. His Moonstick. 3s, 4s. Sorry, he needs 3 attacks, 4s to hit, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So missed, but then his 2 attacks from his little squeaker. Nothing as well. Cool, so he did nothing. So my turn to attack. We're going to go the mighty Aether Wings over there. Can we kill that Troggoth? We're going to go these Aether Wings. Because he's got 2 wounds. Can the Aether Wings do enough damage to kill a Troggoth? 4s, no they can't. 3s to wound. Wounds though. So an armor save, 4 up. Fine. Cool. Then it's your turn. So Troggoth's going to murder some birds. 3s to hit. Oh, wow, that's not... No. Yeah. That's not great. 3s to wound. Oh, nothing. They don't. Wow. Aether Wings live. They're going to attack back. Now watch me roll and hit and wound with everything. 4s. Oh, so good. And 3s. Oh, only 1. 4 up armor save. Nope, 5 up after damage. Nope, they do a wound. The Aether Wings actually won this combat. So we're going to go the Troggoths over here. 2 into the Vanguard Raptor. So 3s. That's better. And 3s. 3. So I am +1 armor save due to being in cover. So that gives me a 3 up. -2 though, 5. So I need to roll all 5s. Don't. He gets squished. And then you got 2 attacks against the Aether Wing there. Both hit. One of these wounds, they're dead as well. And they both wound, so they're dead as well. Much better Troggoths over here. All of that is slain. So, Vanguard Hunter's going to go into the Fungoid Cave Shaman. One of them doesn't get to get in, but the Prime gets an extra attack. So, 4s to hit. Wow.
That's what I like to see.
That's terrible. 3s to wound. Wounds him though. No rend on that one. So, 1 armor save. Fails, and then you're 4 up DPR now. Fast. Doesn't take anything. And then your Trog Boss last. So, Trog Boss is going to attack the Arcana. 4 attacks, looking for 6s thanks to Incandescent Rage Blade. There we go, they all hit, so put another dice in your pool. And then wounds on 3s. Oh dear. These are -2, so that puts me on 3, 4, 5 up armor save. Saved none of them. Well, I haven't got that many. That's 5s. I've got 1 wound left, so as long as they're not all 1s, you're fine. You know what? Just to like prove a point, let's see how many 6s you can roll because you get to re-roll your damage. Nothing, but that Arcanum is well and truly dead. So, last combat for the round. Sequitors are going to go into the squeaks. So, the normal Sequitor has got a powered weapon. So, 3s re-rolling. No, just 1. And then 3. 1. No rend on the squeaks. Nope, so that's 1 wound so far. And then we've got the Grand Mauls. So, these are 3s. And 3s. Wow. So, Battle Shock phase, we're just going to spend a command point on the squeak, mainly because they're Bravery 3. They've only lost 1, but that could be quite massive losing them. No other combats required Battle Shock tests because they're either all dead or didn't suffer any wounds. Let's go into priority. Stormcast are going to gain a victory point, putting it 5-1. I got a 1. I got a 2. Didn't beat you by much, but I'm going to take the double turn. So, start of the hero phase, going to get a command point, putting us up to 3. And then we're going to try and cast some magic. So the Knight Incantor, she's going to try and cast Arcane Bolt. So goes off on a 7. You can try and dispel it with your Fungoid, so you need to roll an 8 on 2 dice.
No, we don't.
It's my only spell, so you might as well try.
Awesome.
Got it on an 8, so dispelled. And that's going to be the end of my hero phase, so we'll go into movement now. Other spell we forgot to cast, Evocators are going to cast Empower on themselves. Doesn't go off, so doesn't matter anyway. So, end of the movement phase, what has happened, the Errant Questor has run around, retreated, and now he's going to try and go up the backfield to try and get to that center objective. Meanwhile, we've had the Aetherwings decide to retreat. We're trying to put as many wounds into this guy as we can. We need to take him down before he keeps scoring, so we're going to shoot him, and if need be, we're going to charge him with Aetherwings. And over on the far flank, we've given run and charge to those Evocators from the Heralder, and he's moved up alongside them, getting ready to try and take out that Mangler and take the objective point. Now, going to go into shooting. So to start with, the Heralder is going to select this terrain feature to doot his horn at, which allows him to pick a terrain feature pretty much, and he blows his horn and crumbles the terrain feature around, doing D3 mortal wounds to every unit within an inch. So, I'm going to do D3 mortal wounds to those trolls. For 3, that's going to kill a Troggoth and put 2 wounds onto, and 1 wound onto another. Where they're going to shoot the Celestar Ballista at the Trog boss. So, looking for 5s. Didn't get any. Oh, dear. Oh, damn. Far out, that thing's been terrible this game. And then we're going to shoot these guys. Are going to put all their shots here into the Squig Herd. So, Squig Herd, we're going to go into the shooting. So, we've got all the shots coming from these Vanguard Hunters. They're needing 4s. And 4s. Absolutely nothing. Their crossbows are ineffective. So, let's go into some charges. Let's go over there for charges. So, charges, they're in, and the Heralder would charge as well, putting him in as well. Only other charge, we're going to charge the Aetherwings, so they got a 7, so they're actually going to come back and tag here. Just in hope we can hold those Troggoths up for another turn. So, Evocator is going to attack the Mangler Squig. We're going to use a command point to give us a reroll 1s to hit. So we're 3s rerolling 1s. Take out the 2s. And reroll the 1s. That's a good roll. That wasn't such a good roll. And then 3s to wound. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Double check. So he's got a 5 up armor save after the -1. He took 6 wounds, and now we're going to do the lightning arc. Every 4+ here is a mortal wound in addition. Wow, that's not good. That's only another 2, so he's taken 8 damage in total. So Troggoths are going to attack the Aetherwings. 2 of them are going to get in combat. So 3s, looking much better than last time. 3s just need 1 to go through. Nothing. They failed again. 2 turns in a row. Birds have beaten trolls.
Birds over trolls.
So the Herald is going to try and attack. 4 attacks, 4s to hit. 2 hits and 3s to wound. 2 wounds though. Both at -1, so 5s. Take another wound on your Mangler. So, you're going to go to Squig Herd now into the Sequitors. So, we've got the Herders first, 5s and 5s. 2 hits this time. 5s to wound. Nothing. And then the Squigs, which are 4s to hit. And 3s to wound. So 5. So we have a 5 up, rerolling 1s. So it's going to be 1 dead. And 2 dead because I've already taken a wound, so 2 dead Sequitors. So we're going to go the Vanguard Hunters into the Vanguard Cave Shaman. They're all going to get in now. So force to hit. And 3s to wound. There's enough to kill him there. But so you got your 6 up armor save to start with. Which you saved 1. Right. Now I need to pass all these on 4 ups. So he takes 2 damage. He's alive on 2. So 4 attacks from the Fungoid Cave Shaman back into him. 2 hits. No wounds. And then 2 attacks from the Spore Squeak. Both hit. I believe they both wound too. And yeah, so the Squeak wounds, so armor saves, and kills one. One of them died to the Spore Squeak. So we'll go the Sequitors into the Squeak Herd, so the 3s re-rolling thanks to empowered weapons. All hit. And 3s to wound. No armor saves, so this is going to be 4 dead Squeaks. Alright, going with the Mangler Squeak into the Evocators now. So he's got 5 attacks with Moon Slasher, needing 3s to hit. And 4s to wound. Nothing. He's then got his huge Fang-filled Gob, so he's got 4 attacks. 4s to hit. And 3s to wound. -1 on this, so this is going to be a 5 up. Saved. Luckily, that's the D6 damage. I wanted to save that. Balls and Chains, at this point, he has 6 attacks. Because he's down to 9 wounds taken. And 3s to hit. And 3s to wound. -2, so these are 6 up saves. Don't pass any, so 3d3 damage. Ouch, that's going to kill 2 Evocators and put a wound on another. And then lastly, you've got your Bash and Sticks, so 4 attacks. 4s. And 4s. And then no Ren, so failed both of them. It's going to kill another Evocator. 3 dead Evocators, ouch. And that's going to be the end of... No, I've still got some combat to do. I've got Aether Wings to attack back with. Aether Wings are going to attack the Troggoths. And they hit with everything. And 3s to wound. 3 wounds. They could kill a Troggoth here. They're not going to, but that is 1 5-up save required. Yeah, fine. They don't do anything, but, I mean, at least they did more. They did more. Last one to go, we've got the Knight Incantor, who's just going to pile in over here. And still staying within 3 of that objective. She's got 3 attacks. 3s. And 3s. They go straight through. Okay. And 2d3 damage. For 6, so it's going to kill another 3 Squeaks. So, end of the Stormcast, turn 2. I'm going to gain another 2 victory points over here. Putting me on 3 to 5 at the end of my turn 2. No, turn 3. Turn 3. End of turn 3, I'm going to be on 3. Trogs are going into their turn 3, starting on 5. So, Battle Shock wise, he's going to spend a command point here, making sure my units stay tied up. And over on the far side with the Evocators, I'm going to spend a command point to make sure they don't run away. Need them to kill that Mangler. We'll come back though, because we'll work out some points now, because it may be game over at this point. So, start of the hero phase, roll a dice for me. On a 4+, you're going to get a command point. Yep. So, you're going to get one, you're going to go back up to your 3 like normal. So, you're going to get the turns one as well. The Bad Moon has moved. We didn't record it before, but it is in the center of the... It didn't move turn 1. We've been forgetting to show it on camera. It didn't move turn 1. And now it's just in the center of that area there. Magic-wise, your Fungoid Cave Shaman can use some spells. So, Fungoid Cave Shaman is going to try and cast his War Scroll spell. And he's 7 to cast. doesn't cast.
I'll reroll.
Can't re-roll that. So he can use his once per game 2 spells, so he can try an Arcane Bolt now.
Might as well, yeah.
So 6. You know what? I might as well use it now. I'm going to use her once per game ability to auto dispel a spell.
Okay.
Just because I can. I'm not going to use it on anything else, so no. Void Storm Scroll is used. So we've also got some Troggoth regeneration to do. Right. So the Trogboss is the only one directly under light because those Troggoths aren't actually wholly within the territory. Actually, no, he's not even. Because it cuts off here, so he's not in the territory with the Bad Moon at the moment either. So on a 4+, he gets to heal the wounds. He doesn't heal anything. Your unit of Troggoths don't heal anything. And this unit of Troggoths here don't heal anything. No Troggoth heals this turn. That's unfortunate. So we'll go into movement and we'll come back after all of that. So shooting now after movement. This is what happened. Just the Troggoths there moving over to try and get the Evocators. That's all the movement. So these Troggoths are going to shoot the Bertha in combat with 1 or 2 to do D3 mortals. 6 doesn't do anything. Those Troggoths are within 12, so they can try and throw a boulder at the Knight Heralder. So on a 1, they do it. D3 mortal wounds to him. 3 mortal wounds to the Knight Heralder. That's a rock thrown at his head. So, only charge to make. These guys have an 11-inch charge to make. So 2d6. They will get a reroll if they fail. That's fail, definitely. Failed again. Was worth the try because if they got in and killed that Heralder, it's probably game. We are going to go into combat though. So, you're going to pick your Mangler to go first, aren't you?
Definitely.
He's going into... What is he going to go into? So, the Mangler Scoot's going to go first in combat. He's elected to put everything into the Heralder. Why is he doing this? So, yes, the Evocators are by far the bigger threat, and they're most likely going to kill him. However, if the Heralder dies, it doesn't matter if the Mangler Scoot dies, because I've got no one anywhere near this objective point to even come try and claim it. So, the Mangler is going to do his job, score an extra point, potentially if he survives. Unlikely, but he's going to make sure I don't get any points at all. So everything the Mangler has got is going into that Heralder to make sure he dies. So 5 attacks to start with from your Moon Cutter. 3s to hit. And 4s to wound. Well, there's 3 already. I've only got 2 wounds left, so... And I die. Oh no, got 1 left. So got 1 left, and then you've got your huge Fame-filled Gulp, 4 attacks hitting on 4s. 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. I need a 4 up. Don't. Dead. And that's the Mangler done, so just to make sure he's dead, I'm going to go with the Evocators next. The Evocators going into the Mangler. They're going to be 3s. And 3s. So that's 4 and -1. So he's got a 5 up armor save. He's going to take 3. That puts him on 12. That's going to kill him. So he is dead, but unfortunately can't take it. So the Trolls are going to try and finally vanquish these birds. 3 of them in combat now. 3s to hit. All hit. 3s to wound. They're all dead. They are dead 6 times over. Finally, took them 3 turns, but they did it. So I'm going to go the Incantor next. She's got 3 attacks. 3s to hit. All hit. 3s to wound. 1 wound, goes straight through. So D3 for 2, kills another squig. So the squigs are now going to go into the Sequitors. So 4s to hit. And 3s to wound. So 3, -1, so these are 5 up rerolling 1s. Save 2 and reroll, saved them all. We'll then go to the Vanguard Hunters. So Vanguard Hunters going into the Fungoid Cave Shaman. We are 4s to hit. That's better. And 3s to wound. 4 armor saves to make, so 4 6-ups to begin with. None, but then 4 4-ups. Fail 2, he is going to die. Got him. And then I've just got my Sequitors to go. And realising I actually should have taken the wound on the Sequitors because I did not have any shields left in the unit, so I will take a wound on those Sequitors. It wouldn't kill anyone, but it is going to put a wound on there because I wouldn't have got to reroll it. So we are 3s to hit. Rerolling. And 3s. If 3 of these wound, then they're dead. And 3 of them did, so Squigs are dead. Cleared off over here. That's it for combats. We're now going to go and work out victory points and see whether the game still continues after this turn. So we're going to roll for a priority. This is going to see whether it makes it really hard for me to do it or whether I've got a shot. So 5 for the Trogs and Stormcast get a 3. We'll work out the points and we'll come back. So we're going to continue, but first of all, the Bad Moon has moved into the center of the table now, so we're going to do some heals. So let's start with the Trog boss on a 4-up. He heals D3, so now you can double the amount he heals. So roll a dice for the D3 for 4, so he heals 4 wounds, so he's only taken 2 now. Makes him a lot healthier. These Trogs here on a 4-up means they can heal double, but they've only taken 1, so we'll just remove that. And they've taken nothing anyway on those 2. So that's it for that. Movement-wise, we'll come back after we've done that. So, end of the movement. The Troggoths now are just holding on to the center objective. Everything's sort of just screening me out. They're going to attempt to throw a boulder over here to try and do some mortal wounds. Might as well on a 3. Yep, D3 mortal wounds to the ballista. 2 for 1, so it takes a wound. And that's going to be it for the Trog's turn. They're not going to charge, so that's going to give them another, 4 points. That's going to put them to 12. So Trogs are on 12, I'm on 3. So this may very well be the end of the game. The Errant Quest is only going to get into the Trogs in front, so he's not going to kill that Trog boss. I'm not actually going to catch on points unless this ballista rolls 4 6s and then 4 6s again and kills that Trog boss. So let's try it. 6s to hit. I rolled 1. 6s to wound. No. It's not going to put enough damage. It's not going to kill the Trog boss. So at this point, the Trog boss is still going to be alive. I'm going to score... He's never going to touch these units here. So I'm going to get to a maximum of 10. Which means he's still going to get all the points for that. You're already on 12. Means you're going to get turn 5. So what are we in turn 5 now? Turn 4. So you're going to get 4. And yeah. So you're going to get 4 and then another 5. It's 9. So you're going to be, 20 something. And the max I'm going to get is like 15. It's 12 actually. So it's going to be a victory to the Gloomspite Gitz, who are just holding up that center objective and claiming what is probably the most precious of all the prizes. So that's it for the game.
Well, that's it for the battle report. I hope you enjoyed the game. Please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. All of that means the world to us, and it helps us just continue growing. We've recently just passed 1,500 subscribers, so it'd be great to try and hit that 2,000 mark nice and soon. But as always, down in the link description, you will find a link to our Discord server where you can come join me and other members of the community chatting about all things Warhammer and some extended things off of Warhammer as well. And lastly, a big shout out to everyone who supports the channel on Patreon. And if you'd like to get your name in the lights here as well, you can do so by supporting us on Patreon as well, where you'll get a shout out as well. So that'll be down in the link description as well, a link to our Patreon. But a shout out for all our Sinfield Guard militia members, Christian Weir, Philip Ward, Soren, Chaos Spawn and Kenny Lull, and our Free Guild Regiment members, James and AJC. Thank you all so much, guys. It means the world to us, the support you're giving to us. That's it for today though, folks. Stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the Grey. We'll see you all again real soon. Ciao for now.